What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. In today's video, the focus is looking at some posts that were posted on Wall Street Bets as of last week or so. We're going to be looking at some trades here, what people were doing here, and also to bring, again, more financial education between buying stocks, trading options, and everything else here. There's a lot of really good learning points here as we go through these posts here. So if you're excited for today's video, as always, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, with me making this video here is a lot of screenshots of what people have posted on Wall Street Bets that you will find on Reddit. And there's no usernames associated with these trades here whatsoever, so I made sure to keep that completely anonymous. More again, because we want to focus on the educational aspect of things and talk about some things that I've noticed. And if you are watching this and these posts are yours, again, this is not anything to do with making fun of you. It's more of just to bring that financial education and that awareness to help people out on their financial freedom journey here. So we're going to go into each one here. There's quite a few of them here, but you'll hopefully see some trades that you'd be like, oh my God, but you also, again, think about ways that you might be looking at trading, considering moving forward here, as we know. And as we know, Wall Street Bets was very popular from the GameStop AMC saga from way back with Roaring Kitty and all that. It was on Netflix as a documentary and stuff like that. Feel free to go watch that as well. Taking a look at the first post here. Now, the first post here is Open Door. And again, I made a video about Open Door previously, as we know, because, again, it's a meme stock with terrible financials here. But, again, it's that momentum play that a lot of people get into. This first picture here, I actually really loved. The thing I loved about it was two things, actually. So he is up on the trade, which is absolutely amazing. You have $27,000, which, you know, obviously is life-changing money. It's a lot of good money for a lot of people here. People would be lucky to be able to YOLO in that kind of position there as a result. Again, with $411,000 here. But this is what I loved. He bought 169,420.69 shares. What a number of shares to buy, let me tell you here. And then he also bought some call options. You might be able to see down at the bottom there. He bought, I know it might be hard to see because it's bottom here, but he bought 669 $3 call options on Open Door. Now, with this trade here, again, as we know with these meme stocks, the momentum plays here. I don't know what Open Door is trading at right now, because right now his average cost is $227. I'm not sure if Open Door is above that or not, but again, this is money that, you know, this person might hear. It's at 207, so he's actually negative 20 cents per share. So he's down a little bit of money here on this position here. The thing to keep in mind about, obviously, is that, you know, his portfolio diversity is 26% of it. So this dude's got a lot of money. You know, this person right here has cash, has availability. And what I do like is that, again, he's up on the trade so far. Hopefully he took some profits. This was a week ago, so hopefully he was able to close it out for a nice profit here. But also, again, he's not full porting it and using all of his cash available for it. And he was bullish on the stock, so he bought some call options, which is more leverage and everything else. Again, I just love how many shares he bought. 169,420 shares, 0.69. Absolutely love to see it. So again, hopefully he cashed out early and was able to make some profits. It was up to almost $5. He would have doubled his position, which would have been absolutely insanity as well. So we shall obviously hopefully see an update at some point on Wall Street Bets as we go forward. The next one here, this is the first punt in a while. Basically, a punt is basically just like you're just guessing, hoping for the best here. And one of those things here where you're thinking about is that if you're going to, again, it's got a YOLO tag to it. So obviously this is a YOLO trade here. It's Krispy Kreme, which is a meme stock. He bought 20,000 shares at $4.29 each for a total of $80,000. And honestly, for me personally, I would never put that much money into it. But again, you know, hoping to ride the meme stock saga and stuff like that. Right now it's down at $3.80. So he obviously has taken a loss so far at the time of recording this video. This guy could obviously have multi-millions of dollars, right? Multi-millions of dollars here. This is a very small position in his portfolio. So the things to keep in mind about if you are on Wall Street Bets is that you don't know what these people have for position size, right? $80,000 to me is me full pouring literally every single dollar I have into Krispy Kreme. $8,000 to this individual could be maybe, 5-10% of his portfolio, maybe 1%, who obviously knows. So we don't quite know the entire behind the scenes aspect of this here. But again, me personally doing a punt, which is basically just hoping for the best to ride a meme stock here. Yes, it could definitely work out, but a lot of times with meme stocks, they do crash and burn. So please be mindful of that. And don't spend and say, oh my God, this guy's putting so much money into it. Again, his position size is completely different compared to other people. But again, another meme stock to take a look at here is we have Open Door, Krispy Kreme. The next one we have here is I tried hopping over after losing on Open Door, and now I'm losing here. And this is a very common example as to the meme stock craze, right? Tried hopping over from Open Door. He lost on Open Door, and what did he move over to? He moved over to what's called Rocket Companies, RKT. Went over to Rocket Companies, bought in at $17.29. He's now down about $5,000 here as a result. And the other thing that I don't like about this is, again, is your portfolio diversity. 82% of his portfolio is in this stock right now at the time of recording this, and the time of the screenshot, I should say. And with that being said, right, you got to be careful with your position size. That's how you blow accounts, and you're going to see that come up in some pictures in the future here. But so again, moving over from one meme stock to the next one to try to hopefully make some rebounds here. It's almost like revenge trading, but you're revenge trading on hopium of meme stocks and that they're going to pump up again. And obviously it didn't work out too well because Rocket is back down a little bit as a result. He went from Open Door to Rocket Companies. Didn't really go well. So it is what it is. And believe it or not, so we've covered Donut, we've covered Open Door, we've covered Rocket Companies, and the next one, and there's another one we'll cover, I think maybe on here, maybe not, but it's Kohl's. So believe it or not, they actually have an acronym for the meme stock saga, and it's DORK, D-O-R-K. Donut for Krispy Kreme, O for Open Door, R for Rocket, and K for Kohl's. Very interesting acronym there, as we know. So moving on to the next one here, time to go back in. It's a loss, and you can see he's down significant amount of money here. Now, again, we don't know, and it looks like he's got some margin here, which, again, this is the risk that we have with margin, is that there could be a potential margin call coming and stuff like that. Down $65,000 here, and it looks like it was a very quick drop-off. And maybe, I'm not really quite sure what happened here behind the scenes for it. But again, maybe it could have been revenge trading because it came right down. He made a little bit of money and then he just kind of lost it all afterwards. Not really quite sure, obviously. Please, again, be mindful of your trading here. Appreciate he wants to go back in, but at the same time, be mindful of your risk management because we don't want to blow accounts like this. As we know, again, if you full pour into one stock or into one option play and it doesn't work out, you've just blown your entire account, and years worth of money, maybe potentially for some people, is gone in a matter of days, weeks, hours, you name it. Right. Next one up is Intel. What have you done? And I actually really enjoyed this screenshot because, again, I made money last week on my Intel position. I made about 80% ROI from Intel, from that long straddle I had, or long strangle, I should say, that I had on Intel. And I'll make a video about that because we have Apple earnings today as I'm recording this after hours, and we'll see how that one goes. But again, the thing to understand here, not that Intel could not be a bad play here. Intel could be a good play long term, right? You have a new CEO in place. They're cutting the workforce to lower their margin, to lower their costs and stuff like that, and their operating costs. Like, they could have a nice rebounding play for sure. And I do believe they do have a dividend payout as well. So it's not a bad one to play here. But the thing is that's frustrating to obviously always see is 100% portfolio diversity. That means all of the money in this account is pushed into Intel shares at $23. This probably was an earnings play here. And that, to me, again, gambling with earnings is tough if you're not covered in both directions. If you're only going one side of earnings, you never know what will happen. Maybe it has unbelievable earnings and the stock crashes still. Maybe it has awful earnings and it goes up. Like, we can't predict what happens with earnings here. So I feel like this might have been an earnings play here potentially. And earnings plays give you a lot of potential for making money, but you could also lose a lot of money as well. So things to keep in mind about as you are playing earnings here. So Intel, what have you done? Again, you don't actually lose this money until you sell the position. So as long as he doesn't sell, he hasn't lost it. It's just paper. It's a unrealized loss. Just don't sell the shares, take the dividend payouts, and maybe you might get some money back hopefully as we go. Next one, again, another donut one here, down $65,000, almost $60 or $66,000 here on donut $5 call options for August 15th and September 19th. Again, just a position trade that you want to look at here. Krispy Kreme and donut, again, you don't want to put a lot of money into it. But again, we obviously don't know. how much this actually was. I love the pun here. I do not expect this. Nobody expects what happened. You don't know when meme stocks are going to get pulled out from underneath you, right? Maybe Donut could have ran up another 5-10%. You could have made some good money here. Obviously, we can't predict the future here, but the things with meme stocks that you never know when you're going to get the rug pulled out from underneath you. Because again, what usually happens is, company insiders, CEOs, people that work for this company here, if they're able to sell their portion of shares at profits, then help pay down debts, to help restructure things, like they will do it. It happens pretty frequently when you get a meme stock pump like this, where they sell off their shares, they take the profits, and they're able to use it back into the company or to pay down debts or whatever the case is. So, again, Donut didn't go well. It's down $66,000 here. But again, if you have a $6 million portfolio, that's a very, very small chunk of change. It's like a 1% loss on his portfolio. We obviously will not know. So just some things to keep in mind about. Again, these are not like end all be all numbers here, right? Next one we have, I just deleted the app, right? I thought this is actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie, because he's been issued a $9.91 margin call. So this is what it looks like on Robinhood if you get margin call here. And again, they're gonna ask you to deposit funds or to sell stocks here. This dude owes Robinhood $9. I mean, like, I think that's absolutely hysterical. Usually when the margin calls happen, usually it's like, tens of thousands of dollars, and he got margin called for $9.91. Robinhood was like, hey, buddy, open up. We need $9.91 back. They could probably make that in a matter of 5 seconds with people buying and selling shares. But, so he's getting issued a margin call here. That was absolutely hysterical. This is what it looks like in case you ever worry about what a margin call looks like. This is what it'll say. And it gave you the two options. Again, either put more money into the account to then make your account be above that margin level, or you could sell stocks to then also give back as a result. And it looks like, I'm guessing he has no stocks to sell. So he would have to put like $10 in, and then he would be able to pay off the margin call that he has gotten. Absolutely love it. This one right here, full ported. And I don't know how true this is, because you don't know what his actual portfolio is overall here. Spot calls for the earnings play. Never been blown up this bad before. This dude put in so much money into call options of Spot, which is Spotify, because Spotify had their earnings, and he put in so much money, and his total options loss, as you see down here, $169,000 he's lost in options, because Spotify had, I think they sold off a decent amount. I could be wrong. Or maybe they just didn't gain as much as he was hoping they would, and they lost value anyways. This is why options are always a tough play to make, because you never know what's going to happen with the stock overall. Yeah, it looks like it had a pretty decent sell-off after earnings. It's down at 650, and these were 700. Yeah, so those lost a lot of value there, as we know. Again, these are the strike prices: 680, 700, 710, 715. Basically, he just like laddered it, almost like a ladder parlay in like sports betting world, where it's like if you want to play baseball, for example, you bet for someone to get one hit, then you bet for that same person to get 2 hits, 3 hits, and you ladder it up that way. It's almost like that's what happened here, where he laddered up his options here. So 680 was the lowest he went, then 700, 710, and he kept building up. All the same strike price here for expiring at the time of recording this tomorrow, and he's down $169,000. And good Lord, if I lost that much, I would be crying. So you got to be very careful again with full porting. And as we talked before, full porting is bad, putting all of it into one thing, and also earnings wise is a bad thing. And this is a realistic thing of what could happen when you get blown up. This is an example of what happened as a result. So again, very good learning point here for a lot of people. Again, I look at this and I'm like, I will make sure I never do this kind of thing, because it's risky, right? And again, this guy could have came back and he could have posted a picture of making $300,000, and it's not wrong. You're 100% correct, but got to be mindful of, what people are doing here. This one is just crazy. 16% loan, full pour on margin, GLXY. And you can see he's got his interest rate right here of 16.5%. Here's how much money he actually has. Here's how much margin he actually was able to get access to. And he used all of that to put into GLXY to buy shares. And I don't know anything about this company here, but not only is he full porting it, because you can see 100% portfolio diversity here, he is full on expecting it. I don't know if they have like earnings coming up or not. I'm not sure. Is that 20? at almost $30 a share. So he's actually up right now, which is actually pretty impressive. The time I'm recording this, earnings are on the 5th pre-market. So I believe that's Tuesday morning. So earnings are Tuesday morning for this company here. And here's again, this is risk. This is pure risk. And again, this is a huge reward or it could be a huge loss, because not only is he full porting his portfolio into this company here, but he's also taking out a loan on margin to then use it as well. And it's not it's not a small amount of margin. It's 60 to 16% interest margin. Yeah. So this right here is, I had to put 3 pictures together here, but this right here is absolutely wild, and again, credit to him. Good luck to whoever's this trade is. I hope it works out for you. I'm never going to sit there and say I hope you lose money here, but it is very, very interesting to see how this will go and how this plays out here. So only time will tell, obviously. And maybe he comes back and he posts about how awesome he did, and I would love that for him, as we know. But again, things to stay away from. Again, margin, it can be very, very risky. Full porting, very, very risky. Earnings coming up, very, very risky. It's a trifecta of risk here. So I'll be very, very mindful of that as a result. This one was just interesting. I've never seen like this. Meant to type 2, and I fat fingered it, and he put 21. So instead of doing 2 contracts for SPXW, which is trading SPY, he bought 21 contracts instead. And instead of losing, 30% of 2 contracts, he lost it of 21 contracts. So be careful when you're typing in your orders on options, whether it's your prices, your bid prices, your what you're selling it for, what you're buying it for, how many contracts. Make sure you really are double, triple checking before that, because just one fat finger made him lose probably a couple $1,000 extra and he wanted to lose. So keep in mind about that as you guys do trading options, stuff like that, because it's a real thing that happens here. I've seen some people who also said that I went to go buy a call option and instead I bought a put option. They were on the wrong tab. Be mindful and please be on the lookout for that as well. Next one is a cash out or cash out. Again, same thing. This dude's down about 86% on for the past 1 year. Again, be mindful. He's trading options, it looks like, as you can see down here. So maybe he's been doing some option plays with earnings. You don't really quite know. Just another example of being like, hey, be manageable of your portfolio. You don't want to blow your accounts. Trade in small increments so that way you don't blow your positions here, because this is kind of obviously a sad thing to see. And I feel bad for people that destroy their portfolios, and it's really, really frustrating, to see that. And I feel bad for them. They maybe $30,000 was how much they've saved up in the last 2 years, and they just lost it all. It's the stock market does not play with emotions. They take and they'll give you money and they'll take it away really quick. So this thing to keep in mind about as we go. SRPT stock, $218,000 YOLO, all in on Martin Shkreli. I'm guessing he's the CEO of it. He's 100% full ported $200K into SRPT. And I can tell you what the stock is trading at also, because I'm just going to keep looking these up here. SRPT, we are looking at, is currently at $16.85. So he's up 30 cents per share. So he's actually up a little bit of money there, which is really good. But again, you got to be mindful of this. And maybe this is a small position of his overall net worth, right? Maybe this is his Robinhood fund money account, right? Who knows? God, I would love to have that as a fund money account. But this is absolutely just like $200K, full porting it. I wish him the best of luck. I hope it makes out a lot of money for him. He's up right now, which is really, really good to hear. I'm happy for him on that one. But again, things to keep in mind about when you're first starting off. Do not full port. WallStreetBets has been known for doing that. Try not to full port things, because that could be obviously catastrophic, as we know. This is another example. Be careful with options, down almost 200,000. This is very, very good, knowledgeable information, believe it or not. Be careful with options. Could not agree more. Options are risk. And if you can't handle the risk and the loss, you will not be able to handle the rewards as well. So this person was down $200,000. A very unfortunate thing to see as a result of playing options. So this person, same thing, getting down about 40,000 as a result here. So, well, that's not good. Yep. I mean, down again, another basically almost full ported, basically another full blown account from this person as a result as well. It's over my fellow degens, down $83,000, was at $800 before. It looks like he played a lot of SPY options. Maybe he was really trying to trade SPY options. Who really knows? But again, gotta be careful with risk management. You gotta know what you're doing. And again, obviously, like if you're trading options, the zero DTE options trading strategies here never work out well because there's so much you're asking for a stock to do in a matter of a day. Very, very risky stuff that as we will obviously always know. And this one right here is one of the worst things I've seen, and I felt really bad. So apparently he put in a lot of money into Carvana to do awful. So he has these credit spreads here, basically saying don't go above 355 or 360. He has 600 credit spreads here. And then he also has 24 options of 350 puts on Carvana as well. And Carvana had their earnings. This was posted yesterday, I believe. And Carvana posted their earnings after hours, and they had a big beats across the board. And right now they're trading at 396. So a 15% move up or so. So this is just going to be a huge loss overall. Now, I'm not sure what the math is to this one. Maybe I could try to do the math on this one, but it says he lost everything. I don't know if that's actually his whole portfolio or not. I have no idea. But again, the thing to keep in mind about, right, if these were put credit spreads, then this would have been a good offset for his puts that he had here. So again, he's playing options with earnings for one direction. And again, all it takes is a beat across the board or a huge miss or a huge announcement, and your entire trade goes downhill. And that's what we don't want here. But this guy making over $200,000 is absolutely insane. So maybe he's got a lot more of a better trading idea than I do, because he looks like he turned, 40K into 280K, but maybe I don't know how much he just lost here. So very, very unfortunate to see there as well. So hopefully he's able to, still take some kind of money here off the table. They are for August 29th. So he still has like a month. These are not. These are going to be expiring tomorrow, but these expire on the 29th of next month. So maybe there'll be like tiny bit of value left there to close it out for a loss. I don't really know. But the last image for today is actually a good winning one. Is this guy right here who has 991% gain on NVIDIA for $192,000. And the point here that we're making is that when you find these top quality companies like NVIDIA, like Microsoft, like Google, like Amazon, you name it, there's a lot of companies that are very good companies out there. And his average share price right here, after all the stock splits, stuff like that, is $16. It's at $184. He has made $192. He started off with like 20K, it looks like, give or take, and he's up $192,000. So when you put in the amount of energy, the effort into finding these top quality stocks here, you do get those nice payouts. So that is it for the week review in Wall Street Bets. If you made this far in the video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those bell notifications as per usual. Leave anything down in the comment section if you enjoyed this kind of series that I want to start doing here, just because it brings more financial education and knowledge to the people here. Again, everybody remains anonymous here, but it's just to bring to the light the ideas of financial literacy, financial independence, and your ways to be a successful trader and a, hopefully future millionaire here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hopefully you're making money in the market, whether it's through options, through buying NVIDIA, through anything that you can to help make yourself be closer to financial freedom. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.